Have you ever felt like you hit the wall? You're at the end of your ropes or you're about to hit the wall? I feel like I'm getting really close here with this whole COVID thing. It feels unending. I knew it was going to be a long haul, but oof, right? I don't know if you've ever run a race, but they talk about the wall, right? The point in the race where you feel like if you stop, you're not going to pick up and go anymore. That's it. I'm not a huge runner, but I've done a few half marathons here and there, and usually it's about mile 10 for me. You have 3.1 miles left to go and you hit that wall, right? You're so close to being done. But you've gone through your stride, you've gone through your reserve, you've gone through all your snacks, and you're feeling empty. If you push through, you can get there. You're so close. But how do you push through? I get talked into doing some crazy things by some of my friends. And a few years ago, a few of us decided to do the Amtrak Century Ride, a bike ride from Irvine to San Diego, 100 miles along the Amtrak rail tracks. Now, mind you, I had a huge fall off my bike about 10 years before that, where I suffered a pretty bad head concussion, broke my clavicle in 3 places, broke my helmet. I had to be ambulanced out of there and went to the county hospital for head trauma. It's a pretty big deal. So needless to say, I was a little shy about getting back on the bike, and I really hadn't gone back much on the bike since then. And here we are thinking about going on a 100-mile bike ride. Crazy. So a few weeks before the race, we start training. We get as far as 65 miles ride during the training. And somehow I am falsely under the impression that except for a few pretty steep hills on the ride, that everything is going to be pretty much downhill. Right? Because you go down to San Diego. If there was any downhill, I don't remember it. I feel like the whole thing was uphill, steep, steeper, steepest. And I made these laminated cards. I just found it the other day. 10 Bible verses to help us through the ride. The idea was that we were going to flip one about every 10 miles, right? So I'm doing my memory verse, I'm flipping it over and reciting those as I go, and I'm feeling pretty okay. I get to Torrey Pines, the steepest part of the ride, close to the end. I'm like getting close to my wall here, and here's this hill that is the toughest part of the ride. And I know that if I don't pump as hard as I can and I don't keep up the momentum and I start slowing down, that's going to be it. There's no recovery. I'm done. So I flip my laminated card and it says, "The Lord is my strength and my shield. I trusted in him and I was helped." Psalms 28:7. I don't know how I got up that hill, but I just kept repeating the verse over and over as I pumped my legs as hard as I could, and I got up the hill. Andy couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe it. I know with the lack of training and never having done that ride, a ride that long or that hard, it wasn't in me to finish it. But the promise of God that I clung to all through that ride that day is what got me through. Some of our friends, who will remain nameless, quit at about 50 miles. And I really should have been there with them. I was undertrained. I was out of my element. I was out of my comfort zone. But I clung to his words. And I got to the finish line. Words have power if you let it. His words have power if you let it. Keep it on the surface of your brain so that when you get close to that wall, When you feel like you're at the end of your ropes, it's right there to get you over it, pull you through. Because the race, it's worth finishing. I keep my eyes always on the Lord. With him at my right hand, I will not be shaken. Psalms 16:8. Keep him in your sights. Keep his words close in your brains. Have a blessed day.